Welcome back to episode 3. Can't believe I actually got to this point. Anyway, I'm going to carry on, and I've adjusted the volume a little bit because I realised I was listening to the audio at 50%, not 100%, so it was a lot louder than I thought it would be. So I've reduced a little from last episode, which hopefully will be fine. I'm also realised that because of how the cable is for my headset, I need to get a new headset at some point in the future. Possibly Bluetooth, I don't know. That's the next thing I need to. I've got a new camera, webcam, whatever, mic. Now I just need a new headset, and yeah, I also need to clean the computer at some point. Also, it would be good to put a new battery in for the com or whatever it's called. But yeah, let's begin for another 26 minutes of the story. And I hope you enjoyed. There is going to be high pitch or whatever for a female character, which is going to come in at some point. And hope you enjoy. And yeah, Dino Heart for everyone. Right. There in this barn conversion, a large bar with 2 front house bar staff, 1 service, 6 main tables with 1 servers. So 2 front house bar staff and 1 service. 6 main tables with 4 smaller tables for 2 people instead of 4, 1 large table filled with locals or family of 7, steel chair waiting for a seat, the place full but still a table free and open. There is also paths past the wooden beams to other more calm tables. These could be combined for those need large meetings, a staircase leading up 2nd floor where there is rooms for nights. There is also a path to door leading behind the building to courtyard that has more accommodation, a stable and a bathroom, washrooms for those need clean before arriving. So Voltgar asks for a key to washroom to clean up before coming back to relay news and information. So walking past eyes of many and smells of few, walk to one of the door labelled with many languages washroom. In this washroom is a largest area where can place belongings onto a stool and a towel on a bar waiting, a place to put your boots or shoes, looking behind locking behind with a key, starting the initial process. An area where a tub of cool warm water is clear and ready for those needing to be cleaned and can be set in to waist height, but some it's not that deep. There is a soft part of towel that are flannel to wash around the parts. There is a wooden slab full of different herbalist gifted soaps to make germs, bacteria get munched, not needed for Voltgar, as he can remove some elements of this with elemental techniques. However, it's more refreshing and calming to do it physically. Sometimes having the physical touch helps. Grounding and also the fragrance is also nice. After 30 minutes of leisure and washing, start to close the door and lock it. Once locked, the sounds inside churn like pots and pans clanking. Soon the door can be unlocked, and doing so, he opened it, and inside the place a reset, ready for the next visitor. End of the process, then walking back with belongings, head into the bar area. So basically, yeah, it just resets the whole room. So even though you've used the towel, it just resets to the state when it was last unlocked. End of the process. Thank you for that, so refreshing. He explains to the bar staff. The staff, finishing a drink for a customer, walks over and asks, "How was your adventure, Silver?" "It was complicated. Saved children from a zombified deer, nearly went dark, but still got to the center of the plague. It wasn't a plague, it was two necromancers playing power hungry demons and unleashing a werewolf that's now defeated. The plague removed, and one necromancer dead. The other escaped through a portal. Do you know what the reward is of completion?" "Yes, follow me." Following the bar staff to the meeting area is a large place with a fire burning, keeping it warm, rugs on the floor and chairs in a circle where many seats, looking and watching a woman, pretty and fair, a bard playing instruments to a crowd. "We can't afford a large amount of coin, but here is 25 gold. And you have her for the night," pointing at the woman in the center playing sweet melody. Some lovely music going on. The barman started to move away. Voltgar shocked at the decision. What do you mean I have her for tonight?" The bar staff, looking puzzled, then turned back, saying, You can have sexual activity with her for one night, and she accepts it part of the quest." He walked away back as another customer walked through the main door to the bar for a drink of booze. So I have 25 gold. Nice, I can stay in place. But sex as a reward. I never had, and I do not like talking about this subject. It makes me feel uncomfortable, and I'm not impressed. Conflicting as also my body desires, thus kicking against the idea of it, flicking to books of unhinged images that used during my dark past to get small amounts of emotional relief from masturbating at these. This subject is not for me. So with that, many thoughts and mind wind blowing in the head, went to find some food to replenish the stomach. A nice bowl of chicken stew with vegetables produced in the gardens of the property and from the local business. Sitting with some food in mouth, thoughts drifting to distant idea, places, scenarios by anxiety. Imagine turned to negative scenarios. We usually think we lost our imagination, but they focused on the negative or scenarios to protect us, even though they will never happen. Sometimes it does, and that reinforces these beliefs. So the time that's creative and imaginative in mind when it when it's positive, and for us in that time and place, we believe we are being imaginative, yet we are always are. Some people can see words, some hear words, some see objects, some can do all three and can make whole videos or story that others can't imagine or see. A land of dragons in mind, but able to walk in it, be in it, hear in it, use voice from podcasts and audiobooks to feel those roles of the characters. You're still imaginative. End bracket. Soon the dish vanished from sight as the bowl empty, the glass half full or empty, ready for taking away. The service staff moving the bowl and other utensils that no longer required. The glass slowly emptying, the water cleansing the throat. Walking into the main area out of the car meeting room direction, a lady fair with brown hair with flower colour dress and a decorative instrument with a string soft along the front, where the instrument resting on the back, allowing access to the front where the lady, medium-ish size D-ish. Grey blue eyes and face with small makeup adjustments, a pretty lady. She walked over to Voltgar's table and sit opposite to look at him. You sweetie? No. You sweet no. Hey sweetie. You sweetie. Been told you're my buttercup this evening. Hope you can bright my day. She explained, leaning back on the chair casually. I am a what? A butterfly? No, buttercup. You see those who can remove the plague as a reward. I wanted time within an adventure, great as valor. Fleo, is it? Looking at the board on the wall displaying a name of the bard hosting music to those passing for the next 2 nights. I did remove the plague. 3 others there were, but their fate was taken by mighty werewolf. A great fool for your words, but I do not seek to be with someone tonight. You do not want me to relax your mind and body for your accomplishment. Many folk would rush to my side for the chance of this. Maybe you're different, and your past or a relationship is holding you back. Fleo, it's not a subject I'm comfortable with, and my past doesn't that I am aware of affecting this choice. I decided, and I'm not looking for intertwining with someone. However, if you want to just converse and relax, not do such dirty thing, I'm happy to join you. Voltgar replied, feeling a red face and also terrified. Your name is? Voltgar Silver. Voltgar. Voltgar, I see you do not wish to go there, and respect your decision on this topic. For once, someone actually standing with boundaries. I would love to stay by your side tonight. I never want to do that but most folk do. It's okay to be different. I'm Fleo, as you mentioned. What you have planned the rest of the afternoon? Need to gather my belongings into a room, then I meet you outside at a bench. From there, happy to go for a walk for cool air. That sounds lavish. I bring drinks with us. What you like to have? Hot drink, be sweet, something and take off the edge of the cool winds and the dusk light. Voltgar leaves the table, carrying a water glass, finishing it and placing it back on the bar. The bartender, looking at the glass, nods. Thank you, and nods. And he continues to move on to other people's orders. Soon the lights getting dimmer and the room within the accommodation of the tree barn, a long bed for big folk. A table and a large chest, drawers for belonging, a container on the ground to be locked, and a key for those who are valuables. There, Voltgar places some metal strips of silver, pushes pouches of coins, pouches of supplies from the belt, and soon the backpack emptying. Inside, leftover food starting to decay, smelling a little oddory, so emptying them and carrying the leftovers back downstairs to a composite heap in the courtyard outside the restroom accommodations. Voltgar travels back into the bar area, then up the stairs. He takes them with swift feet. Once echo of the past where speed was needed to hide from the Voltgar travels back into the bar area, then up the stairs. He takes them with swift feet. Once echoes of the past where speeding was needed to hide from shouting and arguments of the past house. In response to think of how it was, he slowed down the pacing of steps instead of hurdling up them. They became stepping stone of soft wood, relaxing a bit before the evening comes to. After 20 minutes of calm and small breathing work and eyes closed, the sting finally falling away from the mind, the plague completely just now a memory. Getting up from long bed, full mix of blankets and skins warm, he went over to jug water which prepared and quested beforehand, so flushing water at the face, reducing the dry eyes and face. Time to head down, join Fleo or something. Name's always been hard, but these days my memory is getting better, more I care for my body and needs. Damn it, I forgot. I need to get to the meeting party in 2 weeks. Where's the parchment? He continued to navigate backpack, took from the part adventurers since last one, crushed by the trees and the deer attack. So after time, you realize it's in the wood, the forest, lost to winds of time. Well, I need to head off to see Asher in the Oakley. It's 1 to 2 weeks hike from here. Thinking I need to see Asher in Oakley. It's 1 to 2 weeks hike from here. Thinking, preparing and leaving immediately, forgetting the fatigue, the meeting outside and the body itself. Then remembering the teachings of the master, elementalist of metals. You should learn to walk before you sprint. Meaning slow down and ground back into the present and environment, so slowing the heart rate down to steady levels similar to human body. Their focus less hazy, and soon sat back down, placing rope and pipe pip to shut the backpack, a early style zipper or buttons of the bags. Soon getting a jug and glass of water, have a nice cool drink, then head downstairs. With less friction and stress of the future plans. Outside, the cool air continued to cling to the earth. The green floor of woodland town, thorns of many linger. Most areas travel and locals pass more barren, the earth outside overgrown and spiky. There, 20 feet from the entrance, a dancing tree, benches where those in the warmer times would sit and enjoy their liquor. A lady sitting with 2 steaming drinks waiting for someone. Fleo stood up and started to walk over to the approaching figure. Soon they held hands, giving a drink to each other and marching on from the table and benches to sweet dusk light. A small light, a lime green orb, floating for each wind sound. A whistle from a bard, keeping its light from dimming out. And from there, episode 3 is finished. And I hope